everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. So, tell you guys this until I get an answer back from my teacher, which I know is the weekend, so he probably won't be answering me back like right away. I can't do my homework because I don't know if y'all were reading the what I had to do, but I have to pay $15 for the little what is it? Uh questionnaire. So I'm like stuck in limbo with that because I tried to put in a voucher and it didn't actually work. It said, come here no more. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? Like, I don't come here no more. Like, what's going on? So I emailed him. So I know he's probably enjoying time with him and his wife and kids. So had to do what I had to do. I have to put it off until, excuse me, until he writes me back. So until then, we're going to be watching Sunday Mornings with Maria and another 30-minute segment. Hopefully we can get that off the board. Um, and I hope y'all enjoy. Seriously, that light be getting me. I don't see how they do it, man. All these lights. I just be blind. It just be blinding a sister. But I have to do it because if I turn it down just a little low, it's just gonna blink. It's just gonna blink. It's gonna be like blinkety blinkety blink. And then I'm just gonna be like, I hate that light. It's time for me to get a new one. But I'm like, no, I'm cheap. So no. So let's get started with the Sunday mornings with Maria, see what they gotta say. They're probably still talking about the same thing about the lawyer, not the lawyer. Pam Bundy is so funny to me, but she's serious. She's very serious about what she say. No one's above the law, you know. You know that judges don't supposed to be um they don't supposed to get judged on committing the law or something, especially. So I wonder, why does Atlanta get judged so much, these judges in Atlanta that's African America, but they don't supposed to be, they like, if they commit a crime, they don't supposed to be judged on that. They supposed to still be judges. I didn't know that. That's what they just said on Fox News. I was like, what, WTF? That's not right. Actually, you guys, I read it and I've seen it on ABC News. Either ABC News or Fox News. I can't really quote either one because I was watching them consecutively. Yeah. How did it get to this point where China halts the rare earth minerals needed to for us to sit up there and make military vehicles and military weapons? How did it get to the point that we trust China that much, where we were trusting them with um, rare earth minerals that made our military weapons? Why did we trust them that much? Number one. Now that the stuff or the shit hits the fan, you see who is actually by our side and who actually wants to see us make it and who don't want to see us make it. Now, I wonder why Putin didn't show up to Rome to pay his respects to the Rome, you know, I don't know. Like, I wonder why he didn't show up to meet the Catholic Pope Francis, the late Catholic Pope Francis. So I think this is how it goes. Since Russia and China are so close, Putin knows that Ukraine don't it needs the United States, but it doesn't they don't like Trump. So they like, well, while that situation dies down and Trump still wants to believe in and do business with Russia in a fair way and do business with Ukraine in a fair way, but knows what the Democrats are about. So that is a big kerfuffle. So while that's going on, Putin is destroying Ukraine and getting more land, and China is gaining assets. And it's like if they get closer and the UK can help um, engage in some type of war tactic with Ukraine while they come up with some type of peace treaty or deal with Ukraine and United States where Ukraine, because as long as Ukraine can send United States rare earth minerals, that will be good, because then we can make our new our new weapons and our military weapons and what we need over here. And because China is trying to put a halt on it. I don't know how we got that close to China. And I know how it happened, because there has not been no Republicans, real Republicans, in as president for a while. There has not. There since 95, there's only been Democrats. So, and beyond that. And there's been rhinos and Democrats in office that promise a lot of stuff to the people and have not brought or delivered anything. And now we've made deals, undercut deals, silent deals with China, and now Trump has to fix it, and people don't understand what really he has to fix. He's not sucking up to China. But people are like, oh, well, go ahead and suck up. We won't resist. We will resist. You don't know what this is costing us. He's telling other countries, if you do this, then you will be sanctioned. You will be sanctioned, and you will have to pay. That is no way to do business. That's showing the upper hand. Just think what he would do with the land that he has that Trump is trying to get back, where he is down south. I don't know if it's um Venezuela or what. I don't know where it is, but it's somewhere down south, an island down south that China has gotten. Just think of what they would do if they got that land. They are buying up all our farmland. They don't want us to rebuild our military. You see, they want to delay it for as long as they can, because they know with Trump out of office, then they can manipulate and control the next person that comes into office. So he got rare earth minerals with that. That is wonderful. Now, what is going to happen to Ukraine is the problem. How can we get the war to stop is the problem. It would have never happened under his watch. He's right, because it would have never started up. They needed him out of the way so the war could be caused. And the Democrats, the far radical left, want him to slow down. There's no way this guy can slow down because so many things happened within the 4 years, the years, excluding his years of presidency. But the let's skip his 4 years of presidency. But the years of the Democrats being readily available in presidency, like in power, so many things has happened with them. They made so many promises. You've seen the videos I've played about them making so many promises. They promised the same exact stuff that Donald Trump promised, and then they went back on it and didn't do nothing. We need to have transparency. They managed to develop radical left people to sit up there and have these riots, not riots, excuse me. They are having these events where they're going around talking about, Trump is, you know, not fit, or Elon Musk isn't, these peace, they call them peaceful riots, but some of them get violent. They done been in the governor's place, where they went into the governor's place, illegally too. Like they're doing all of these places where they're going into they are rioting. It is a riot, and protesting, and they're doing all of these things because they got riled up by what Jasmine Crockett said, by what Al Green says, by what all of them says. They done got them riled up enough to bring to light a bunch of people that don't care, have no life. There is a reason for why he's doing what he is doing. There's a reason for why he's doing what he is doing. You know, I would be mad if I was fired too, but I wouldn't take it to a protesting stance. I would just get another job. You know, um, when you're in those buildings, you are being watched, especially at the National Institute of Health, especially at the health agencies, especially when you talk about Trump, especially when you're advocating for Biden, saying, "Oh, hey, I'm a Biden supporter. I wish they never voted for him." Like seriously, so don't get mad or feel like surprised when you get a red ticket or a green ticket saying that you've been fired, and it's not even about that. It's about, are you a threat to national security while working there? You have all this access to things, and what is going to happen? You have all this national security access to things, and what is going to happen if you decide to spread false information or spread information like they're doing now? you know Seriously, people don't like RFK. It's just sad. China wants to kerfuffle and agitate the US. You don't know how bad China wants to keep us engaged with a lot of chaos while they buy farms and they do what they do until the big boom where they, yes, it's going to happen. Something is going to happen if we don't get a hold on China, and it's sad to know that by then Biden will be old and naive, and the children, but Obama's children will be older and have protection for life. Everybody will have protection on the Democrat side for life, and I think it's just so wrong. So if anything should happen on America's soil, they have protection for life while we suffer at the hands of possibly China. And black people, they don't even care about black people. Black people get bribed so quickly. All they say is they educate the black people real quick, and then they sit up there and say, well, we can give you millions to be on top, but you just can't help any other black person, only your family. And they be like, okay, and that is what happens. Look at Jasmine Crockett. Look at all the black people that are on top, except this dude. Hold up. Let me go back. He looking like he's looking like if you sit up there and say something smart, I'll jump out there in that crowd and get beat up. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Where is the rap music going these days? So are you okay with the rap music, lady? Are you okay with the rap music this today in this era? Are you okay with the rap music? Women being called the bitch word. Men saying don't be 2 cars behind and tell them hoes don't be so obvious. Robbing, killing. Talk, I seen on TV a couple of days ago. This is what people say. We want to bring hip hop back. Hip hop to me is dead. Hip hop to me is dead. I wouldn't teach a child that at all. And then they wonder why their teenage children don't live past 16 going to a totally black school. They wonder why. They got to keep an eye on their child. Totally true. Why don't you blame the black people that are shaking their tails for money and you're shaking your tail possibly too? Why don't you talk about that on the far left, radical left Democrat Party television? Shaking their tails. Come on now. I don't see why DEI is a problem. Yes. Oh my God. They get on these shows at late night or between 8 and 9. I seen it with my own eyes, you guys. I seen it with my own fucking eyes. They get on these TV shows and they say little slurs about Trump, and you have to agree and say, you say a little slur about Trump and you have to say boo. And she'd be like, am I not right? I better be right. And they be like, boo, they got to get real loud with it. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. People should have their rights to either boo or clap. What, they give people applications that say, if you don't boo, you can't be a part of the team. If you're not Democrat, you can't be a part of the team. They mock all Republicans. They're fighting with Trump, or they're trying to fight with him. They're trying to get some type of comment out of him, which isn't seeming to work. Um, unless the State of the Union will be a good idea to get a comment out of him, unless you're yelling. They're trying to get a comment out of him and they can't, so they're causing uproar with the protests and the riots and stuff. And since they can't do it with Trump, they're showing the people through each other, you know, who they really are about. They're arguing with each other. They can't even get along with each other. They said it was the Republicans that were fighting, and that's why they want the Republicans to fight. So if you're out there watching Republicans, make sure you don't fight, please. I know Elon Musk was going to leave during that time. Thank you. Like, I was walking my dog a day today, and that was that oligarchy. Like, how did they find that word? It was like, we're just gonna call it the oligarchy. I said it. I called it, didn't I? He said until we get back to 94. I said 95. It's been going on since 94. This has been going on since 94, 95-ish with the Democrats. The Democrats been doing this since 94, 95-ish, and beyond that with the rhinos. Seriously, we need to make something happen. And now that they got Trump in office, they're angry. They're angry with each other. They're bitter with each other. It's just going down horrifically. Can I refine and perfect my shooting skills? It's going to come a day where there's a civil war. I mean, there's a silent civil war going on, but there's going to come a day when there's a civil war going on where where people are going to be just like F it, F the cops. We're just going to take the law into our own hand. And if it wasn't for Trump, I think that those days would have happened. So thank Trump. I really think that something is really wrong with people's head or they're getting paid to do this. I think that people are trying to do the opposite all because they don't like Trump or they the television too much. You know how your mom say too much television will mess your brain up. You know, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But how can you take up for somebody that literally walked somebody out that abused two people and had to go to the hospital and they're in court for their judgment, judge or no judge? That is so wrong. That is so wrong. So they slaves now? So they slaves. So they slaves. Is that what you're saying? Did you buy them or did they buy you? Did you buy them or did they buy you? No, she didn't. Oh, not shoplifting. Shoplifting's a good crime. We don't want to arrest them for shoplifting. Shoplifting is not on the radar. Police, whatever you do not arrest for shoplifting. Do not arrest for jaywalking. Because of the Lincoln Raleigh Act, we urge you not to do this. No, but they're married. They're married. You can't take them and strip them away from their families. They're married. They beat the shit out of their wives, but they're married. How can you do that to them? That's what I'm talking about too. That's what I was saying. Zelensky and Trump don't get along. And that's in Putin's favor. And that's why Putin isn't really serious about it, about ending the bloodshed, because he knows that Zelensky isn't really ready to stop the he his pride is in the way. Something is in the way, you know. I don't want to go into detail. They they stay doing stuff. I think they be making up their names as different names. Okay, so that is it, you guys. And it's in no way, shape, or form am I trying to talk about illegal immigrants. They have done wonderful things. You got some illegal immigrants come over here that are trying to do good things. But you got many of them that come over here that are sex traffickers, that lived a life terribly, and that's all they know is sex trafficking, drug trafficking, rape, you know, bad things, killing, you know, torture, and it's just terrible. It's just terrible. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. All I'm trying to say is I'm with Trump. I am with Trump. You know, seriously, I'm with him. You know, and I got a long way to go. You know, I truly feel like, you know, they do have families, but nobody told them to come over here and develop a family. They should have developed a family in Mexico. They should have fought for their rights in Mexico, with the Mexican president. You know, why not make more money? Why not do illegal stuff to get the Mexican president to, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, why is everybody on the US soil trying to make the US soil do illegal things? And I cannot believe and fathom that that judge did that. That it makes you think how many judges do things that are illegal, and they use their power to get away with it, you know, and some get by just fine, you know. I'm not saying every judge is bad, you know. I'm just saying, you know, it's just not right, man. It's just not right. I love me some Pam Bundy though. I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. No, seriously, I'm not gay. And I'm not saying gay people are bad people either. But men should not be playing in girl sports, period. Men should not be playing in girl sports. They should not be undressing with other women. It's a disrespect and a spit in the face to have them in the same dressing room with a dingaling and them in their attire naked, and they're sitting up there undressing and stuff. It's just not right, you know. It's just not right. It's just not right. It's not right. It's like a slap in the face, a spat in the face, a spit in the face. You know, we're dealing with all this stuff. I have a feeling that there is some technological, just like you know how we sit up there and they got AI going on. Well, just as we can make AI is starting to be distributed. And hear me out now. Hear me out. AI is starting to be, cause how can I put this? Robots can be controlled by looking at videos now. Robots can look at YouTube videos and know what a YouTube video is and learn from a YouTube video. What can it do for a human? We learn from YouTube videos all the time. But what if there were invisible items that, like, for instance, negative stuff, such as we were watching, they calling Trump Hitler and Trump this, Trump that, going to protest, riots, all this negativity with a hint of bugs. You know how we have stuff on our viruses on our computer. Well, what does those viruses do to us nowadays? Wi-Fi, you know, you take a picture, it causes a negative. That's traditional. Nowadays, I'm telling you, it's going to come out there. They're going to start speaking about this. It's something that is doing to the Democrats, because I don't understand how Democrats, far left, right, let me not even, allegedly, that people are not clear mindedly thinking that this is wrong of a judge to do, and they're out protesting about how it's wrong to put a judge in jail when she broke the law. Now, either they had to be paid to do it, or they had to be paid Either they're her friends, or either they have a bug in them, just like some of them do as well. Because the same thing with the Tesla things. Why were they destroying Teslas? Why were they destroying Teslas? Just scratching them, risking 20 years, risking 20 years of their life. Some didn't even get 20 years in Democrat left, far radical left states. It's some type of bug going around or something. And they don't want to talk about it because it's going to be another wave of stuff of why is it like this? It's Trump fault. When it's not his fault, you know, it's whoever created it fault. And I have a feeling it's been like this. And I've been saying this for years now, since the Biden regime. Like, you tell them the truth and they go far somewhere else. They go so far somewhere else, you're like, hold up, I didn't say that. Like, something is implanted in their brain, like their brain is being controlled by something. Think about it. To my Republicans out there, so I'm about to get off of here. You guys take care. I'll see you guys later. Take care. Be safe. I want y'all to think about that, though. Bye.
Never waste my time.